Hello everyone, this is Krishna and welcome back to my channel. In this video we are going to see how to compress an image in React application, and once we compress that image, how to download the particular image what we have compressed. So let us see the demo for this. You can see here, once I refresh this, you should be able to see two image sections and one button which is used for choosing the image. So if we have not chosen any image, then we will be showing the empty images. You can see here, and once I click on this choose file button, the section is opened, and I will select any of this image, and I'm going to select Axios image. Once I open this, you should be able to see the preview. So we will be showing preview to the user what he has selected. So once the image is successfully selected, only then we will be showing compress image button, and once he clicks on compress image button, the image will be compressed successfully, and we should be seeing that compressed image here in the right side section. As you can see here, once we click on this compressed image, we can see the compressed image, and only then we will be able to see the download image button here in the downside. Once I click on this download image, so it's going to save here. Here you can see the image got downloaded successfully, and let us see whether this particular image got successfully compressed or not. So if you see here, this is the original image. You can see the 389 KB and 759 426 dimensions. And once I see in the download sections, you can see Axios Get 4, which has the size of 187 KB and 500 into 280 dimensions. This is 187 KB, and this is 300 something, 389 something. So you can say that the image got successfully compressed. So let us see how to do this practically in our application. So for this we are going to use browser image compression npm package. So we are going to use this code in our application somewhere, but not entirely. Yeah, you have to install this npm install browser impression compression image compression. So I have already installed this, so I'm not going to install this again. And the next thing is, for this layout and all this UI, I am going to use semantic UI. So it is also one of the good UI for React. If you are a React developer, you will be knowing this semantic UI React. So you can install this semantic UI. I have already installed this. So I'm going to show the command how to install and where you have to place. So you have to install, you have to go to get started, and so you have to click on get started, and you have to install npm install semantic UI React, semantic UI CSS, and you have to include this import CSS statement in your index.js of your application. So once that is going to, so we are going to our application. For this I have created an application named React 2, where I am going to write an entire coding part in this app.js. So for this you can create your own component or functional component. So it is the best preferred way in our real-time applications. If you want to create any particular function or any particular functionality, you can create a functional component for that by creating a component section, and you can reuse that anywhere in your application. So I'm going to do everything here because of the time constraint, and now I'm going to use a container. This container is from semantic UI, so it will auto import this container. Yeah, in this container I am going to use segment, sorry, I am going to use grid. and in this grid I am going to use grid dot column. Basically, in the sense, it is for Bootstrap. We have two images, and the next column is buttons. So I'm going to use three columns, and in this each column will take width as some 6. So two columns will take 6 as width, and the next column will take width as 4. So in this semantic UI, the grid columns, there will be 16 columns. So you can structure based on your requirement. Once I save this, I am going to create item inside this. So it is taking some time to auto import. Yeah. And in this item, I am going to use image from semantic UI. Sorry. Now I am going to copy the same thing in this third grid, as we have to show the same compressed image here and the original image here in the left side and the compressed image in the right side. So this will be created like this, and next thing we are going to create some variables by using use state hook. Original image, set original image equal to, I am going to use state, and initially its value is empty. So next one is original image name or original image file equal to use state const. Next one is compressed image equal to use state of empty, and next one is const file name. So we have to create these 4 variables. So these both are for original images, and these both are for compressed images. Now we are going to use this original image here in image section. So initially, whenever our application loads for the first time, we have to show some empty image. For that, I am going to use some URL. Here src equal to I am going to use the same thing in third image part. Now once I save this, let's check whether it's working or not in the browser. So I have opened the browser, and you should be seeing 2 images with empty image. Yeah, you can see here. So in the empty part we will be showing buttons, and for that I am going to create a button. This button is imported from semantic UI, so it's not on auto importing, so I'm going to import this here. I need two buttons like this. One is for compressing and other one is for download. And this is the compress image, and next thing is download image. So we will need another input for selecting the image. So I'm going to paste this here. So this is for selecting the image or choose file, anything you can say. And I am going to create this handler. Yeah, let us save this and check whether it's working or not. Yeah, you got three buttons or not. Yeah, once I refresh this, handle is not defined. I think it's saving. Yeah, let us go to browser again. Yeah, you can see here we got three buttons, and I'm going to place some h1 tags for showing some gap. Yeah, once I save this, you should be seeing some gaps between the buttons. Yeah, you can see here. Now I'm going to add some other h1 tag here. And I save this. Yeah, I will save this, and once this is done, we are going to this handle function, and here I am sending some event, so we can place this here. Now let's verify whether this particular button is working or not. I will save this, and let's head back to the browser, and let's refresh this. We have already installed this, so in the meanwhile you can install this. Yeah, once I click on choose file, you should be able to see this. So you should be able to open this. Yeah, we have seen this Axios get.png got selected. So we have to show this image what user has selected in the preview section. So let us see how to do that. For that, first we have to go to this handle function, and here I am going to create a variable called as image file. In this image file, I am going to take this event what we have created here, event.target dot files. So this files is the array, and from that I am going to select the first one, and the next thing is this first one consists of the image. So I am going to set this image, set original image of image file. Next thing is we have to set this original image file. For that we have to use this set original image file, and in this we are going to use URL dot create object URL of this image file. So it will basically create the URL of a particular image. So you can see here like this. Now we are going to set file name, set file name of image file dot name. So once this is done, you will be getting this image file into this original image file and original image and file name. So let us take this original image, copy this, and we will be showing the preview of the image selected to the user. So for that I am going to write a condition. So once we get this original image, we are going to show the preview, otherwise we are going to show the empty image to the user. So here image, and this image source consists of our original image. Yeah, we are going to save this, and we are going to do the same thing here as well, but here it will take the compressed image. So I'm going to select this compressed image, compressed image, and I am going to paste here. So let us save this and verify this. Let us go back to the browser. Once I head back to the browser, I am going to refresh this. So I am going to click on choose file. Once I choose any file, you should be able to see the preview of the particular file what we have selected. Here we have not got the preview, there is some issue in our code. So we have given original image, so we should not give this original image, we have to give the original image file here. So I am going to place this and save this. So let's refresh this and check whether it's working or not now. Here. So after this I am going to click on choose file. I'm going to select some Axios get here. Open this. Yeah, you can see here we got the preview successfully. So the next task we are going to do is compress the particular image what we have got here. So let us write our code in this compress image. So before that I am going to place some styling primary so that you can see some coloring in that. You should be able to see some blue color here in this compress image and download image. So let us write some code in this compress image. Here you can see the blue color images. So what we have thought is that once we get this original image file, only then we are going to show this compress image. So let's write a condition for this here. We will check this later. And next thing is, once we get this compressed image, only then we are going to show this download button. So for that we have written the condition like this. So let us save this, and after this we are going to write a click method on click event handler. Now I'm going to write some handle compress image, and I'm going to send this event, and let us create this function constant handle compressed image equal to arrow function I'm going to send this event and event dot prevent default. So after this you have to compress image. Now I'm going to create some object called as options equal to, so we are defining the maximum size of the particular image what we have selected and maximum width like that. So for that I am going to write some property called as maximum size in MB. We have to send these options to image compressor, that package. So we can say this as minimum size you have to select, minimum image size you have to select. So the next thing is maximum width or height, or height. This should be 500. And the next one is views web worker. I am setting this to true. And after this I am going to check the condition whether the selected image is less than this minimum size. So options dot max size in MB should be greater than or equal to original image. So this is 1 MB. So if it is not then we are going to show the alert like image is too small, like that. It cannot be compressed like this. So we are going to show some message. So once this is done I am going to save this and I am going to return some 0. After this we are going to create output variable and we are going to compress our image by using image compression. So this image compression will comes from this third-party package what we have installed. So I am going to copy this and paste in our application, Ctrl S, and image compression of we are going to send two parameters. One is original image and the second one is options. Then once we compress the image we will be getting that, and we are going to copy this data to our output. You can place this as data as well. So once this is done I am going to create a link or file, you can say. Initially we have created a file and image, so in the same way we are going to create file and image here as well for the compressed image. So for that I am going to use this URL dot create object URL of output. So we are getting the compressed image here, so I am going to generate the file or URL like that. Now we have to set this to our compressed image of download link. So once this is done, you have to copy this, sorry, set compressed image here. And once this is done, you have to copy this compressed image and you have to place here in this compressed image section. So let us save this and check whether the image got compressed successfully or not. Yeah, let us head back to the browser. Yeah, here in this, once I refresh this, we will check the functionality. So we will be able to see the two images and one button. Once I click on this button, you should be selecting something Axios Gate, and once I open this, you should be able to see the preview. And only when we got this preview, we are showing this compressed image, as we have already seen that we have written some condition for this. And once I click on compressed image, you should be able to see the compressed image here. Yeah, you can see the compressed image here. And once this is done, once we are able to see this compressed image, only then we are able to see the download image button. So we are going to write some code in this download image button now. So let us see how to write that. So let's head back to our Visual Studio Code, and we are going to this download image button. And in this download image button, we are going to write some anchor tag. So I have copied this as I have already had this code. So here I have created this anchor tag and download image here, and to the href I am going to pass compressed image, and to the download I am going to pass this file name. So let us see whether it's working or not. So once I click on this download image, you should be able to see the image got successfully downloaded. Yeah, in this way we can compress the image and download the image in this React. Yeah, thank you.